it's definitely more so like, oh, okay, they acknowledge that like the style that we do week in, week out is like a respectable thing and they have respect for it. So I respect that. There are just times when you see it, you're like, come on, guys, come on.
Don't oversaturate the market is kind of where you're at with it. Yeah.
I don't even know if I'd say oversaturate the market because it definitely, I guess it helps a little bit because, like, average Joe Schmo, Cobbin, Hardy Boys fan, for example, he'll see that and be like, oh, that's cool. And then he could see us like do it at like a GCW show and then be like, oh, I saw the Hardy Boys or AEW do that. That was cool. As opposed to them like, here's my other take on it. When they see it live, it's like the craziest, coolest thing ever. But when they see it on TV, that's where it gives everyone room to shit on everything. If that makes sense.
No, 100% makes sense.
I have seen somebody like see it live, their mind is fucking blown. Or they are just like disgusted and they're like, I'm gonna vomit. It's never super negative other than like that made me sick. But like when they watch like clips of it or watch it on TV, it's like it makes it so much easier for people to shit on things. If that makes sense.
I guess I'll be the one to ask the controversial question to kind of follow that up. Then, like you mentioned Cornette and you mentioned these commentators in the wrestling space that like really don't enjoy this kind of wrestling and they make their displeasure known. Do you think that's more of a work like to get their numbers up, or do you think it's like okay, no, there's some truth to it?
I think they just don't really like it, but at the same time, I think they know like there's a huge demographic that also doesn't like it. But realistically, somebody like him, he's like, I hate guys who do a lot of flips. I hate guys who use furniture. I hate Japanese women wrestlers because he's oddly specific with that. And he can say stuff like that, and his fans are just like, yes, yes, But he could pretty much say anything, and they'll just be like. Yeah, blah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, the guy's got like a great mind for the business and other aspects. Like sometimes he says like he says shit and you're like, oh, okay, I see what he's talking about here. Or like, that would have been a cool story or something like that. But for the most part, you can tell he's just like rage baiting people or like clickbait stuff. Or like
to your point, like I would listen to like because I'm one of these people that likes to get all viewpoints. To your point, it's like when you listen to a Cornette thing at any point in like wherever you're at, it's like you have to sift through so much shit to get to like a good point.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's one of those scenarios where you can even spit it like you want to know your enemy, you want to know what they're saying about you and how to combat it.